Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Ghost 0919. I am your host, Ed. Hi again. Now, in this video, we're going to go over basically just Bernie Sanders and how he believes socialist democracy is the way to go. Now, I can already see people. He didn't say socialist democracy. Well, that's what a Democrat is. Democracy. It's the same thing. Anyways, now, what is socialism? Socialism is where the people of the country, or an acquired state, not reading a definition, by the way. Socialism is where a country or the acquired state work together to produce for each other. They work equally. Now, look at America today. A lot of people don't have jobs. There's even people that are on welfare. There's Social Security, government aid, all that kind of stuff. How is it going to be equal? Even for this, just right here, how is it going to be equal? If all the working people worked harder than what they earned to just give half of it away to those who didn't. Now, heard a story of a teacher. He decided to simplify socialism in his class. So everybody took a test, graded all the tests, and then gave everyone an equal grade, which was about a B minus, close to a C. Now, everybody that made A's, they looked at their paper, they're like, I made an A, but I got a B minus on this. What is this? And then everybody that got an F, they still got a B minus, and they were like, hey, yeah, cool. So the teacher decided to actually stop right there and explain for a minute what all that meant. Now, he explained to them, took the test, graded them all, and gave everyone an equal share of what's going on. The average. Thank you. Now, he asked everyone that made an A, how did they feel about that? They're like, well, we don't feel too good about it because we worked hard. We did our best and got an A. Not everybody else got an A. We did. We deserved the A. And then they asked everybody that made an F, how do you feel about it? Oh, we feel pretty good. We really didn't work that hard. We got it all wrong. Hearing my cat meowing. Again. And so we still got a good grade. And we went in, alright, cool. Everybody that made B and C doesn't really affect them very well. But now everybody that made an A, they're going to look at it and like, for the next test, we're not going to try hard. Because not everybody tried hard. We're going to stop trying. So then the next test, they would have gotten a D. Test after that, everybody would have been getting F. So on and so forth. Then it would have been a while before all the students realized, hey, nobody's trying anymore. So we're all failing. See, that's what happens in a socialistic world. Those who work hard realize they don't need to, so that they can just fall back and get all the money from those who are working hard for what they earned. Now, how exactly does that detail over into a government standpoint? Well, it's very simple. But it's not going to take me 5 minutes to explain it. So get ready for a 30-minute video. You start what Bernie Sanders wants to do. He wants to tax the big corporations even more. That's going to take away jobs. That's going to raise prices. That's going to lower wages. But that's beside the point. He wants to raise all this so that he can give away free stuff. Then he also wants to go to Wall Street and demand money back from the banks, saying that the American people earned this money, so they deserve it. Now, what do you really think? Who do you really think runs this company? Or company? Wow. Country. Who do you really think runs this country? The American people? No. Not really. We fund it. We fund the corporations. We make the economy what it is. The more people go on welfare, the less good, the worse the economy is going to get. Crap. By trying to tax all the higher government, all the higher corporations, not the government, taxing all the higher corporations, like I said, wages go down, prices go up. Why? Because corporations are greedy. They want money. That is the driving force of our society. Now, how do you make the economy great again if all wages are going down and the prices are going up? Well, let me tell you. You reduce taxes on the corporations and the 1%. Increase taxes on the people. Because literally people are the driving force of what makes the economy. You know, I mean, a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, Obama taxed the 1% and the corporations and the economy's getting better." No, it's not. It's actually dwindling. It's going down. Bernie Sanders is actually saying this. You know, some things that he says is actually a pretty decent thing. But it's all theoretical. You know, giving everybody free college, universal health care. Sound familiar to anybody? Let me go ahead and cross the ocean real quick and go over to North Korea. Now, North Korea is a full-on socialistic society. All their people work. And if you don't work, you don't get anything. You end up dying, basically. Because you can't feed yourself if you don't earn it. Now, from a kid growing up, you know, as a child, they decide what they're going to be doing later on in life. They go through a timeline of which, you know, puts them on that course. They make it. They get a little bit of spending money, which they're allowed to get, you know, little odds and ends. That sound like it's a good thing? I mean, do you want to go spend $20 on just nothing, but something that'll make you happy? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be real nice. You can't do that if you're being given what you've earned. Now, if you want to see a perfect socialistic society, look no further than the cinema. I'm just going to pull out. Well, actually, I'll mention a couple. Actually, I'm going to mention a couple of different films that have perfect perfect socialistic societies. Let's start off with Star Trek. Now, a lot of people are like, no, not in Star Trek, because you've got the Ferengi that are all about money. Yeah, they're basically space lawyers. They're space lawyers. But then you've got all these other societies that want money from you for stuff. Yeah, alright. But look at Earth. If you look at Earth in Star Trek, you can, get a little spending money. Go buy some antique from the 20th century, like Kirk did. Actually, Bones did. Bones bought him a pair of glasses, again, for one of his birthdays. And, well, first it was Wrath of Khan got the glasses, and then it was Wrath of Khan. He got the glasses, they broke. Anyways, he ended up selling them in Voyage Home for like $100. And then he's like, is that a lot? Why? Because they didn't know much about money, about funds. Because they didn't earn money. They earned what position they had. They earned their life, basically. Captain of the Enterprise, he didn't just get it because he hacked the Kobayashi Maru test and cheated. Yeah, he cheated. But, we finally got to see that in 2009 iteration of Star Trek. But let's kick forward about 100 years to Star Trek First Contact. Captain Picard and character Lily are walking through the bowels of the Enterprise, trying to evade the Borg, trying to get back up to the bridge so that they can try to kick the Borg off the ship again. Now, Lily's asking all these questions about the Enterprise and the future, and she's like, how big is this ship? And it's 24 decks, a couple 100 meters long. She's like, wow, that must have cost a lot of money. Picard says, no, the economics of the future is somewhat different. You see, money doesn't exist in the 24th century. She says, no money? You mean you don't get paid? The acquisition of wealth is no longer the driving force of our lives. We work to better ourselves and the rest of humanity. You work as a whole. See, it's like a weak link in a chain. If you have one weak link in the chain, the chain's going to break. If you have all the links in your chain except for one or two broken or weak, it's going to fall apart. You can't even pick that up. Now, how do you make corporations happy? You tax the people. You increase what you take from the people. That way the corporations get more money. They're able to start lowering prices just a little bit. Because they're greedy. That's all it is corporations are greedy. If you end up taxing corporations, all the jobs are going away. The people are going to realize, hey, we're getting all this free stuff. I wonder where it's coming from. Well, guess what? It's coming from you now. It's like all that free college. It's not going to come from the corporations. That's not going to come from demanding money from Wall Street. That's going to come from the American working people. People that earn money. People that work for it. Raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, that's not gonna change anything, except for the economy. It's just gonna make it shoot straight down. Right now, you can go out and buy a gallon of milk for about $3.50. You raise minimum wage. If that is the only thing you do. If you raise minimum wage to $15 an hour, guess what happens at $3.50 milk? It's going to go up. You're going to be spending $12 on a gallon of milk because Jimmy Two-Tone is going to be getting $15 an hour working at McDonald's, asking if you want fries with that. And McDonald's corporations, Burger King, Taco Bell, all them fast food joints everywhere that pays minimum wage, those corporations are going to be like, well, we're handing out more money. We need more money now too. Their price is going to skyrocket. That $5 you pay for a Big Mac, that's going to go up to about $18, $20 for just a Big Mac. I mean, come on, isn't that ridiculous? Yes, it is ridiculous. To all you people that want to go out and get a Big Mac every day, but if you do, it's all you. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm just here to tell you how not to screw it up. Voting for Bernie Sanders will screw your life up. Alright, America already has a free college program. It's called joining the military. It's called getting a job. It's called earning it. Because basically, 20 years, not even just military, not even being in the military, just 20 years of a well-paying job, you have all that debt paid off. Even by 10 years, actually, my bad. 10 years, getting $10 an hour, working 40 hours a week. That's starting out at $10. By 10 years, you're probably making $15, close to $20 an hour. It'll be paid off. Now, a lot of these kids are going to college, and then after college, they're getting minimum wage jobs. And like, oh, I can't pay all my debt. I got to call my mommy and my daddy. I got to have them pay for it. Get a better job. Get some better skill set that you can get a job that pays more. It's where you can be able to pay for your own damn stuff. It's not that hard. It really isn't. It is for some people. Don't get me wrong. I'm seeing a lot of people out there can't get a job. Why? Well, mid-20s, 30s. They don't have any experience. McDonald's won't even hire them. That's sad, isn't it? McDonald's wants you to have experience asking people if they want fries with that to get a job at McDonald's. $15 an hour is a career job. Minimum wage is not a career wage. It's not a career paycheck. Minimum wage was made to, have I already said this? Oh, no. Minimum wage said, yeah, I kind of did. Anyways, I already said that. Now, what happens with everything else? You know, I'm only talking about what we're going to be taxed, what we're going to be paying for a gallon of milk. Well, a gallon of milk goes up, so does everything else. You're paying $60 for an electrical bill in a single bedroom apartment. Guess what? You're going to be paying $200 a month now. Just minimum wage goes up. It's called supply and demand. If they supply it, they're going to demand it as well. It's not what that actually means, but kind of sort of using it like that. Now, got two different groups in a fiscal crisis. We got the legitimation, right? Okay. Which is about the people. Which is great, you know. People about the people, for the people, we the people. American way of life right there. Then the number two, accumulation, which is about the corporations. The power resides with the corporations, so you cannot cut it out. Nobody can. That means if you try to tax corporations even more, they're not going to like that. And they're going to be like, oh, you're cutting us out, so we're going to cut you out. And it's politically easier and safer to cut out legitimation and ask the people for more money. Why? Because we the people technically can't do a damn thing about it. That's just how it is. And it's sad. It really is sad. Now, that's for basically a fiscal crisis, you know. Fiscal crisis is when the government does not have enough money to fulfill basic functions. So you have to reduce government and roll back government functions. What does that do? Well, think about it. You got a teacher. Let's say teachers make, I don't know, $5,000 a month. Sound about good enough? Well, okay, let's just use that number. Let's say teachers make $5,000 a month. And that teacher gets a phone call, hey, we're having to cut back on all teachers' paychecks. It's government cutbacks. All this. Teachers not going to be happy. Teachers teach because they love the kids. They love teaching. They love trying to make the next generation better. Ask Matt Damon. His mom is a teacher. And he will tear you up with some words if you try talking trash about teachers. Oh, teachers do it for the money. Nope. No, they don't. There's actually video out there with Matt Damon just marking all over a cameraman about teachers' wages. And he just shut up. Shuts him down super quick. And that cameraman's like, yeah, you're dumb. Try again. Now, let's talk about a legitimation crisis. That's when the people start to lose faith in the government because of the low economy. And people believe the government isn't going to work. You know what happens then? People stop working. People go on welfare. Go for unemployment. They decide, hey, I deserve more money from the government, and I don't need to work for it anymore. That's exactly what happens. And then if we've got everybody in America on welfare, money's going to dry up just like that. Computer turned off. Now, let's talk about a motivational crisis real quick. People become lazy and apathetic because they believe they have no power to help or change the government. Now, obviously talking a little bit about politics right now. That goes along the line of voting. A lot of people out there in America don't vote because they don't believe their voice is going to be heard by punching a couple holes in a voting ballot. That's sad. You know, the more people go out to vote, the more everyone's voice is going to be heard, and the more difference is going to be made. Just saying. They stop caring and participating in changing the government by things like voting, like I just said. You had to write that in there? I don't know. Anyways, I'm just picking on my fiance. The solution is to fix the people and get them participating in government again. How do you do that? Well, you stop taking notes. Bernie Sanders. That's how you do that. You get people like Bernie Sanders to offer free stuff. And it's pretty sad that a lot more people these days are wanting to go along the lines of Bernie Sanders with all his free stuff and not look at the big picture. See, these kids are looking at little bitty Not just the millennials, everyone that's wanting to vote for Bernie Sanders because he's offering free stuff. They're looking at this little bitty picture right here, this little bitty puzzle piece that says free stuff, and saying screw all the other puzzle pieces. They're just not paying attention to it. And it's sad, isn't it? It's very sad that this whole country is starting to think that they deserve what more than what they're given. You know, a kid that barely passes high school with D's is, what do they call it when they get in trouble? That sort of record. Not criminal record, but their school get in trouble. He got in trouble out of school, but he thinks he deserves free college education. Most of you that are watching this, you know, you went to high school. Most of you, because I'm pretty sure there's a 15-year-old kid out there. I'm in 9th grade. Yep, I know. Shut up. I don't care about you, because you can't vote. I mean, I care. And I hope that you get smart enough to not vote for somebody that's like Bernie Sanders, offering free stuff without looking at the big picture of what's really going to happen. Now, all of you guys that went to high school, all those kids that didn't take their high school education seriously, you want them to have a free college education? Because that's what it is. He's offering free college education to everybody. You really want that kid to be in college, wasting taxpayers' dollars on not giving a crap, on barely even coming to class, not doing any of his work, failing out of college, and be like, oh well, I didn't have to pay for it. You really want that kid to be in college? I know I don't. I mean, come on, think about it. Now, thinking. I can cut and stuff. It's be a little bit easier with your phone because I can hit pause and then unpause. Huh? 28 minutes. Yeah. Now, voting for Bernie Sanders just because he's offering a lot of free stuff, that's like going to Walmart or Sam's Club or your local grocery store and walking up to the free samples and trying to take all those and go home. It's not free. It's a sample. It's basically kind of sort of what kindergarten through 12th grade is. More of a sample. It's a sample of life. And all you kids out there, you know, just graduated high school, about to graduate high school. It's the toughest years of my life. No. Life hadn't even slapped you in the face yet. It hasn't, trust me. It's getting ready to. All those kids that are mid-20s, still living with mommy and daddy because they're scared. They really don't want to go out and contribute to the world. They just want to have their minimum wage job for the rest of their life. That's sad. And they're also voting for Bernie Sanders. That's not stereotyping, that's reality. I mean, even with the free healthcare, free universal healthcare. Look at what Obamacare, Affordable Care Act crap did. Alright? You've got teachers that are having to switch their health care over to something much more cheaper because before the health care that they had, their prices skyrocketed. They're having to find something cheaper in which they're able to afford and still be able to pay all their other bills. Doesn't sound very affordable, does it? You gotta switch it. And, Obama over here, oh, if you like your health care, the ones you have now, you can keep it. You can keep the health care, but you can't keep the price of which it was before. That's sad. You saw Bernie Sanders' quote earlier. This goes back to the, This goes back to the whole economy thing. I'm going to tell you what it is once it pops up. But back to the Affordable Care Act for a second. It's not affordable. You've got, like I said, all these people having to switch their health care, something much cheaper, and then still having to pay for all their stuff. Instead of having to pay $100 a pill, because now this health care that they have won't pay for their medication they had through this other health care. Now they have to switch their medications, something they'll be able to afford. Not affordable. It's just screwy. Bernie Sanders. We have got to fundamentally rewrite our trade policy laws so that American products, not jobs, are our number one export. You want to know how you do that, Bernie Sanders? You lower taxes on the 1% and the corporations. That's how you bring jobs back. Because that's the reason why they went over to China in the first place. Go away. It's because corporations are greedy. They want the money. They want it bad. And that's why socialism in America will never work. Because once the American people realize they don't have to work for their stuff, they'll stop working. And by the time the government realizes, hey, nobody's working anymore, America's already gone. Bye-bye, America, bye-bye. Well, that's pretty much all I got. Stay tuned. I'll have more. On politics, movies, TV shows, historical events, day-to-day stuff, whatever. Leave your comments down below. I'll read them. Doesn't mean I'll comment back. If I don't like them, whatever. You're just a guy sitting behind a computer, and I'm just a guy with a camera. That's all this is. Socialism in America will never work, ladies and gentlemen. Do not vote for Bernie Sanders. Vote for Mickey Mouse. A lot of people actually have been doing that since, well, forever now.